Welcome, everyone, to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Thunderstruck Super Late Model Series presented by Thunderstruck Super Series. Tonight, these Super Late Models will be clashing at the Last Great Coliseum here in virtual Bristol, Tennessee. So this should be a fun one. Always exciting racing at this track, and especially when it's a night race. I don't know, it's just something about this track. So this should be a fun one. I'm going to be your announcer for tonight, Atlee Atman-Weiss. I'm excited to call this race again with these super late models at Bristol. Currently in practice, we got 3 minutes left. Jason Warren is your leader with the 14.50. He won last race at Iowa Speedway, leading almost half of the race, 56 laps led. Started on the pole. Kieran Church finished second. Josh Oswald finished third. Samuel Roberts fourth, and then rounding out your top five, it was David Locke Jr. So Elliott Longenecker, Cody Pennell both performed very well, but both of them had a tough break. So again, Jason Warren leader, 14.50. Second, we have Cody Pennell. Got a top 10 last week. Garrett Kinder, we did not see him participate in last week's race. Let's see what he can do. Got Fry Hubbard. I also believe we didn't see him in last week's race. And then got Shane Bedford in fifth. And the entire top five is all within less than a tenth of each other, which means I think this should be a fast, competitive race considering how close everybody is with their times. The top six, actually, are less than a tenth off each other. We got 15 cars that have gridded, which means that we won't see heat races. Now, this is the sixth race of the season, which means that after this race, there'll be 3 races left. Let's take a look at how the point standings are looking. Right now, Jason Warren has a sizable lead over Elliott Longenecker at the moment. First of all, Jason Warren has 6 wins, and you know you've had a good season when you have an average start of first and an average finish of first. He currently has 328 points. Then we have Elliott Longenecker with 265. He is in second. It looks like Longenecker is not in the session, so if he's not in this race, that should definitely hurt him in points. A little bit after Longenecker, we have Swink in third. Fourth, we have Josh the Jet Oswald. He's 2 points behind Swink, and Sam Wetstein is fifth. So there's a tight battle for second, but the battle for first, Jason Warren, your leader in points right now, it's looking like the 32 of Jason Warren is the favorite. We're currently watching him on track right now. Time is ticking off. We're getting ready for qualifying. Qualifying should determine the starting order since, again, we got 15 cars in the session. And there has to be 5 extra cars for there to be a heat race. We saw heat racing last week at Iowa. There we go. Practice has concluded with Cody Pennell actually on the top. He got a 14.48. Watch out for that 9 machine. So it is now time for qualifying. We'll switch from car to car, seeing what everybody's doing. There's Shane Bedford. Got a top 5 last week. We know he's fast. Got the 04 of Chud Bassett in the Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback to when he was in the 8 car. First driver to the top of the board, Michael Swink with the 14.74. That Rowdy Energy machine has a lot of energy so far in qualifying. Garrett Kinder to second. He was only 100th off of Michael Swink's time. He's looking pretty fast. Shane Bedford, first driver to break into the 14.6s in here in qualifying. He's to the top of the board. As I say that, we see Garrett Kinder up to the top with a 14.61. These drivers are getting close to 14.5s. Shane Bedford falls to second with a 14.63. And then third at Shannon Wilder with a 14.66. Top three all less than a tenth off of each other. Let's see. Kyle Martison. We did not see anything of him during practice. He goes to the top of the board with a 14.59, first driver to break into the 14s. Extremely fast time, and as I say that, he gets a 14.42 there. That's 0.2 faster than second place. Man, that 07 of Kyle Martinson is looking fast. There's Cody Pennell, your fastest in practice, coming to third with the 14.63. Not bad of a time for him. Then he gets to second and improves on his second time with the 14.54, but wasn't enough to get up there to Kyle Martinson. See Fry Hubbard into the top 10 with the 14.81. That's still 0.4 off of Kyle Martinson, and you might be wondering, 0.4 of a second, that's not a lot. Well, it is in racing. He does improve, though, with the 14.67. Almost into the top 5, so I'd say watch out for that 14 of Fry Hubbard. As you see, he's slowing down to a halt. Oh, looks like we have points leader and last week's winner, Jason Warren, on track right now, getting set for his first qualifying time. Let's see how well he'll stack up against these rest of these cars that we've already seen qualify. Getting ready for the first lap. First lap gets him to third, breaks into the 14.5s with the 14.57. He's slowing down. That's interesting. We see William Griffith a little bit off pace with the 14.96. We'll see if he can improve and have a good race here in the feature. Kieran Church also, 4 seconds off pace. Something, it looks like, going on with that 22 machine with the 18.97. It's looking like Kyle Martinson, who we didn't see him last week, and he wasn't even in the top 5 in practice. He just burst onto the scene with a great time, 14.42. It's got to be the one to watch. See Brandon Wallace heading onto track right now. In the 89. Oh, but he won't get enough time because practice has officially concluded. And looks like we are actually gridding for the heat race here. And we have one car, Brandon Wallace. So now it is time for your starting lineup for heat race number 1. Starting on the pole, we have Brandon Wallace in the number 89 with Double Down Racing. And then starting in the rear, we have Brandon Wallace in the number 89 Double Down Racing. This is going to be a one-car heat race. You don't see this much. All right. So this will just be some practice for Brandon Wallace. We'll get to see how good he is. He'll still start in the back of regardless of how well he does here in this heat race. It's going to be 20 laps. He was able to warm up those tires, and he is now ready for what's about to come here. Waiting for that pace car to make the hard left turn onto pit road. There he goes. Green flag is out here for your 20-lap heat race here at Bristol Motor Speedway, and it's just going to be Brandon Wallace just turning some laps. Starting off on his first lap with a 19.57. Woo. Able to improve on his second lap, able to break into the 15s with a 15.90. We see him improve once again with a 15.51. That 89 of Brandon Wallace is looking fast so far in this heat race. $15.32 now. And finally, we saw the line on the chart going up and going up and going up, and finally, we see a little dip with the 15.37. Brandon Wallace loses a 10th there on that lap. This will give us a little preview of how the tire wear is looking. While he's doing this, let's take a look at the race info here. No tire changing in this series, and we have one fast repair. So you'll have to keep it clean and use it wisely. All right, he's lost 0.4 now. Ooh, able to improve. I think that he might have just missed his marks there on that lap. Back to a 15.46, so still off a 10th from his fastest. All right, lost a 10th there. Loses another 10th with the 15.60. 10 laps to go for Brandon Wallace in this little practice session for him. Able to shave 0.05 off of his last time with the 15.55. 15.45. He's starting to get back up there to his fastest time. And then, oh, we see him lose a 10th. Loses another 10th there with the 15.63. We're seeing it. The line on the chart starting to dip again. Five laps to go for Brandon Wallace now. in this heat race, but it's technically just a practice session for him. All right, coming back up, we saw a 15.63, then a 15.58, now a 15.55. Gains 100th with the 15.54, gaining these past couple laps. Looks like he's trying to end it with a good lap time. Oh, big drop off. I don't know if he missed his marks or the tire wear is really hurting him. He had a 15.81 there. That is officially 5/10 off of his fastest time. White flag for Brandon Wallace. He's got to keep it clean. He's been very, very clean here in this heat race. Hasn't hit other cars and hasn't hit the wall. Hasn't gotten loose. Just a nice little Sunday drive for Brandon Wallace. He takes the win here in heat race number 1. Now we are now going to have another 2-minute warm-up just to give these drivers a little bit more practice time. And then finally, we will get ready for the feature event. There we see a mad dash off of pit road. We'll look at the times, see who's the fastest. Chud Bassett is the first on the board with a 25.12. Aaron Ward to second with the 29.07. There we go. Michael Swink breaking into the 15 O's with the 15.09. Michael Swink in that 51. He's got some energy in that super late model. Shane Bedford with the 15.11. Fry Hubbard is the first to break into the 14s with the 14.88 in that 14 machine. Watch out for him here in this feature event. David Locke Jr. also breaking into the 14s with a 14.99. Jason Warren, your points leader and last week's winner, to the top of the board with a 14.76. Not bad for that 32 machine. He's going to be starting third in this feature event. Fry Hubbard able to get a little bit close to that fastest time of Jason Warren's with a 14.78, 5/10 off. And looks like practice will conclude with Jason Warren on top. So we've had 3 different fastest drivers. So Cody Pennell was the fastest in the first practice. Kyle Martinson was the fastest in qualifying, and then we see Jason Warren is the fastest in practice number 2. I think this is going to be a very, very fast competitive race. All 3 of those drivers that I mentioned are starting 1, 2, 3. I'm excited for this one. And let's take a look at the starting lineup for this race. Starting on the pole with a scorching lap time of 14.48. We have the 0.7 of Kyle Martinson outside of him with Pennell Racing. Got Cody Pennell in the 9. Third is Jason Warren outside of him with Reaper Racing. It's Garrett Kinder. And then rounding out your top 5, we have Shane Bedford. Got Shannon Wilder in the 10, starting 6th with Hubbard Motorsports. Fry Hubbard starting 7th. In the 82, David Locke Jr. starts in the field in 8th. Michael Swink 9th. And then rounding out your top 10 with Full Sin Racing, it's Josh the Jet Oswald in the 17. Sam Wetstein with Extreme Motorsports starting 11th in the 98. In the 99, we got Aaron Ward starting 12th. 13th will be William Griffith with Reaper Racing. Chud Bassett starts 14th. And then rounding out your top 15 with Critchley Gallen Engineering, it's Kiernan Church in the 22. And then starting last but not least, your Heat Race 1 winner, it's Brandon Wallace. We see Kevin Kinder on YouTube says, go Garrett, number 76. Good luck to all drivers. Garrett Kinder will be starting in 4th. So we'll see if he's will try to follow behind Cody Pennell on the outside. The outside can be a good groove here at Bristol. We'll wait and see. Let's take a look at your race info and how the weather is looking. Oh, that's not it. How the weather is looking right now. Right now, 71 degrees Fahrenheit, 54% humidity, partly cloudy skies, 2 miles per hour wind speed. Track temperature is surprisingly actually a little bit warmer, 74 degrees, and Bristol Motor Speedway is 5/10 long. So you know we're going to see some high quality short track racing. 125 laps. Here comes the pace car. We're watching him to try to see when he's going to make that hard left turn onto pit road. Pace car pulls in.
Green.
And green flag is out here for your feature event. 125 laps at Bristol Motor Speedway. And your pole sitter, Kyle Martinson, gets a good run on the bottom and takes the lead. Jason Warren follows behind and moves into second place. He's going to try to track down Martinson for the lead. But Kyle Martinson is going to lead the first lap of the race. Right now we're watching Jason Warren trying to set up that pass. Waiting for the 07 of Kyle Martinson to make a mistake, or trying to see, you know, where he can get a good run, whether it's going to be the outside or the inside. Take a look at the cockpit view of that 32 of Jason Warren. Looks like they're actually coming up on some lap traffic. That is William Griffith. William Griffith actually started the race in the pits. He was late to the start, so he's trying to stay on the lead lap as much as possible. It's a shame that he had to have that late start. Who knows, though? Jason Warren could try to use William Griffith as a pick to make the pass on Kyle Martinson. Starting to reel back in. I wouldn't be surprised in the next couple of laps if we see Jason Warren looking low. Yellow flag is out. Here it is, right here. So right now we're watching Kieran Church in that 22 machine. He's about mid-pack right now, chasing down Josh Oswald. Running a little bit of a higher groove. And he just gets loose off of turn 2 there. See him slam it on the brakes. The smoke starting to come out. And luckily, he ended up being on the bottom of the track, which means that everybody else was able to go right by. So one car incident, but the caution comes out. Got a lot of people in the chat right now on Twitch. Soulgirl93 says, let's go Kinder, and then let's go Griff. Right now, this caution is exactly what William Griffith wanted. Again, he got a late start. She says, my niece and nephew were probably distracting Griff. Who knows? That could be the case. But, again, this caution is good for him because he's able to get back up behind the field and try to see if he can gain some positions here. And then Matt Geis says, let's go Jason Warren. Finally get to watch one. Thanks for tuning in, Matt. Appreciate it. Right now, Jason Warren in that second spot. He's been chasing Kyle Martinson for pretty much this entire race. Lights on the pace car, they have gone off, so we're about to go back green here. Got Kyle Martinson on the bottom, Jason Warren on the top. Be looking to watch to see if Garrett Kinder will try to follow behind Kyle Martinson on the bottom, keep that momentum on the bottom, and try to get by Jason Warren for second. Same thing goes for the outside. Let's see if Cody Pennell will try to get a good run following behind Jason Warren. Pace car makes the hard left turn onto pit road. And green flag is back out here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We see Martinson gets the good jump, and then we see Garrett Kinder was able to get a good run on the bottom. At one point, he got to the rear quarter panel of Jason Warren, but Jason Warren gets clear and moves into that second spot. We see Cody Pennell trying to get up there to Garrett Kinder for third. We see him setting his sights. Also, Shannon Wilder is fighting for that fourth spot, trying to track down Cody Pennell, looking to try to set up the pass. He's right on that 9's back bumper. He's trying to keep it as low as possible so he can set up that pass just right when the time comes to get by Cody Pennell. By the way, Cody Pennell just ran his fastest lap time of the race. I will say, it always feels like you're driving faster when you're chasing someone or getting chased. Never when you're just alone on a Sunday drive. So it makes sense why Cody Pennell ran his fastest time.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And oh, caution flag is out. We couldn't see what happened. So let's go ahead and pull up the wreckage replay. Take a look. Man, so here we go. Shane Bedford, Michael Swinkford battling. This was up front. Both of them were running really, really fast. We see David Locke Jr. looking low, trying to get by Bedford on the bottom. But we have 3 cars in close proximity of each other. That is sometimes a recipe for disaster. Oh, it was off of exit of turn 4. Let's rewind a little bit. Looks like David Locke Jr. just might have moved up a little bit right into the 20 of Shane Bedford. We see Josh Oswald able to avoid it, even though we saw the 04 give Josh a little bit of a tap. William Griffith able to get by Sam Wetstein. So it looks like it was pretty much a 2-car incident right there between David Locke Jr. and Shane Bedford. Take a look at the Twitch chat. Slow Girl 93. Bristol's such a brutal track. Let's see. I mean, I agree. It always seems like Bristol Motor Speedway brings out the most aggressiveness in a driver. The calmest driver, a saint-like driver, could come to Bristol and give people the bumper. I mean, it's just, and especially when it's ran at night. I've been to Bristol myself. It's a crazy experience. It seems like one gigantic Coliseum. I mean, that's why it's called the last great Coliseum, and these race cars on the track, they're the gladiators. That's why a sword is given as the trophy if you win a race at Bristol. I mean, who would want a sword? That's awesome. That's an awesome trophy. But here we go, coming to green. Martinson on the bottom, Jason Warren on the top. And there we go. Martinson controls the restart, gets back clear of Jason Warren, but Jason Warren staying right behind Martinson. These two have been going at it all race long. Last restart, Martinson was able to get the better one, but Jason Warren is sticking right on his back bumper, trying to set up the pass. Trying to see, hey, am I going to have to look low? Am I going to have to look high? Or am I just going to have to be patient? Sometimes that's what you got to do. We're not even over halfway yet. So we might see just Jason Warren tuck in behind Martinson and run some laps. He's looking low, though. I think he's going to try to make a pass here in the next couple of laps. But Jason Warren's got to do something fast. He has Cody Pennell looking at him from behind right now in that 9 machine. Watch out. That Red Bull machine is looking pretty fast, trying to track down Jason Warren. Oh, he's getting right there. He got pretty close enough to tap that back bumper of the 07. He looks low there on exit of 2. Maybe he was trying to set up something here for 3 and 4. Couldn't quite get there. He's right there, back to the back bumper again. Could tap that back bumper if he wanted to. He's looking low as we enter turns 3 and 4. He's able to get to the rear quarter panel of that 07. He's got to do something quick, though. Cody Pennell is right there. Ooh. He got about to the door, but Martinson with the good run on the bottom. Jason Warren slows down a little bit, and we see Cody Pennell go right by and move into the second spot. So now it's Cody Pennell looking to try to get by Martinson for the lead. He's going to try to do the same thing that Jason was doing. Just trying to set up the pass. Jason Warren did a good job slowly reeling him in. We see Cody Pennell looking low, getting very, very close to that back bumper. I'd say in the next couple of laps, we'll see that 9 car under Martinson. He's looking low. Here comes Jason Warren coming back, trying to get by Cody Pennell. We saw Jason Warren slow down a little bit. Cody Pennell was able to get by, but Jason Warren looks like has gotten himself back together. And, oh, we see Cody Pennell trying to make the pass for the lead. They're side by side. Oh, Martinson gets loose. He makes contact with Pennell. Pennell into the inside wall. No caution comes out, surprisingly. But with all that going on, Martinson loses the lead. Jason Warren takes it back, and oh no, he gets loose off of 4. Martinson, oh, and there we go, caution finally coming out. We got to watch that entire turn of events. That was like a bunch of, man, that was crazy. Let's take a look at what happened. So Cody Pennell, he tried to make the pass under Martinson here in 3 and 4. Martinson up there against the wall. And it's like we see the 07 starts to drastically turn down. right into Cody Pennell. And looks like the seas seem to part there for Jason Warren. He's able to go thread the needle in between those two. Fast forward a little bit. We see Jason Warren get loose in the same spot that I believe Kyle Martinson got loose. Goes down to the apron, and then we see Martinson, Fry Hubbard come on the outside. But by this time, I believe the caution had come out. I mean, that was a crazy turn of events that we saw right there. Lights on the pace car have gone off. We're about to go back green here. Looks like Jason Warren came out on top after all of that stuff going on. He's going to be starting on the bottom. Kyle Martinson, for the first time of this race, he's going to be starting on the top. Behind them, we got Fry Hubbard, Garrett Kinder. Watch for Fry Hubbard to try to follow behind Jason Warren to try to get by Martinson for second. There goes the pace car onto pit road. Green flag is back out here. Jason Warren crosses the line. He takes the lead. Fry Hubbard carrying that momentum on the bottom. He flies right by the 07 of Kyle Martinson. Able to get clear. So Kyle Martinson falls to third. And looks like now Garrett Kinder is looking low under him. Kinder with the nose. They're side by side. I mean, Martinson is holding his own on the top, but in the end, Garrett Kinder able to get clear of Kyle Martinson. Martinson staying right there. We see Garrett Kinder get a little bit squirrely. That's going to allow Kyle Martinson to pounce to try to get back that third spot. He gets back clear, so Kyle Martinson able to retake third, and oh no, he gets loose.
Caution is out.
He's able to save it though, but the caution still comes out. Man, looks like Kyle Martinson's troubles continue. Let's see. This has been a struggle spot for a lot of drivers. Off of 4 right here, just gets loose. No help from anyone, just gets loose. And at first I thought he was going to be able to save it. Looks like he does, but then the caution comes out. I mean, just because. We see Kyle Martinson going into the pits. Not sure what he is going to do. We see Swink also in the pits. You can't take tires. I don't know if he's getting fuel. Same thing, I'm wondering what's Martinson doing. Doesn't have any damage. But while we're under caution, we'll check into the chat. We'll see. Food City 500 was always a big deal. Yeah, I feel like, yeah, I mean, Bristol has so many popular races, but the Food City 500 was then sadly replaced with the dirt race. But still, I think a lot of people really, really enjoyed the dirt race. I went to the night race in August, which was awesome experience, 2016. But then it got rained out and they had to move it to Sunday, and then we couldn't go. I don't know. Something about Bristol and rain. See, Kevin Kinder says must be oil on that turn. Probably. I don't know. We're going to have to call the grounds crew or something to take a look at that, see if there is oil on that turn, as it seems to be causing a lot of people some trouble. I don't know if somebody's leaking. we'll have to address that situation during our next caution. Pace car pulls in, and Jason Warren takes off into the lead. Good restart for Garrett Kinder. He's looking to try to pass Fry Hubbard on the bottom, but they're pretty much equal on the backstretch. Fry Hubbard looks like, though, he's that much faster. He gets a decent run on the outside. The two make some contact. They're really beating and banging right now for second. And there we go. Fry Hubbard finally getting clear of Garrett Kinder. And now Fry Hubbard is starting to reel in Jason Warren quickly for the lead. See Kieran Church, Josh Oswald going at it for fourth. Kieran Church was involved in our first caution, able to make his way back up to the field, and here he is fighting for fourth. He's got the nose as we enter turns 3 and 4. And he slides up, and oh no! Josh Oswald hits the wall into the inside safer barrier. But looks like we keep going with the green flag racing.
Caution is out.
No, there we go. Caution flag finally coming out. Let's take a look at what happened. Here we go. So, man, they were fighting hard side by side, and then looks like this is turns 3 and 4. Oswald on the outside. We see Chud Bassett coming under the 17. Oswald just washes up the track right into the wall, and then right in front of Chud Bassett. He collects the 04 and then drifts down to the bottom of the track and then slams the inside safer barrier. So that was another wreck in turn 4. I think you're right. I think there is oil on that turn. We're going to have to send the safety crews out to investigate that. There we go. They're sent out right there. Clean everything up. Hopefully we won't see any more wrecks in turn 4. I'm just kidding. I mean, oil's not a feature, but I think that they should add that where there can be oil spills on the track and then the admin or the host can apply Speedy Dry to it. I think that's something that iRacing should add in their fall update. I think fans will rejoice and be happy. People would love that. People would absolutely love that. It hasn't been one of the more requested things, but I mean, it adds to the realism of the simulation of iRacing. I don't know. We're getting ready to go back green here. Fry Hubbard on the top. Jason Warren on the bottom. Fry Hubbard has been looking fast. Pace car makes that hard left turn onto pit road. Green flag is back out. Jason Warren moves ahead. Pulls in front of Fry Hubbard. We see Fry Hubbard currently in second place now. And whoa, he had a big run on Jason Warren for the lead. Fry Hubbard trying to set up that pass. He's looking low, trying to see if that's where he's going to be able to make the pass on Jason Warren. Hubbard is running about a groove lower in the turns than where Warren is running, which is interesting. Ooh, he got very, very close to the rear quarter panel of that 32. But it looks like he about hit the wall and tags the ground. See Cody Pennell trying to get up there to William Griffith. What a comeback Griffith has made. Was late to the race. Almost got a lap down, but he's been able to make his way up to the field into 4th. But now Cody Pennell trying to make the pass. He's getting a good run. 1 point. Pennell was all the way up front. He's trying to make his way back up there. He's got the nose as we cross the line. And there he goes. Finally gets clear. But oh, we see the crossover by Griffith. But oh, it didn't work. Cody Pennell now in 4th. 1 second separates him in 3rd place. Kieran Church, let's see if he can reel him in. Speaking of Kieran Church is trying to get by Fry Hubbard. Church looks to the high side, trying to see if that's where he's going to be able to get by Hubbard. Also, Hubbard starting to reel in Jason Warren once again. He's gotten his speed back and looking low right now under the 32. Again, ooh, Fry Hubbard almost tags the wall. Kieran Church takes advantage of that mistake, looks low under Hubbard, and moves it into the 2nd spot. So now Kieran Church is setting his sights on your leader, Jason Warren. 6/10 separate those two. But Fry Hubbard was able to ooh, you saw Kieran Church get a little bit loose. He gets loose again. Man, that 22 is extremely loose. We see Fry Hubbard and Cody Pennell both pass Kieran Church. He's able to regain himself and start to, oh my gosh, Cody Pennell, that machine is looking extremely fast. He's looking low under Fry Hubbard for the lead. Got almost to the rear quarter panel. Pennell is right there, ready to pounce. Looks low. Able to get to about the rear quarter panel once again. Ooh, gets very, very close to the back bumper. He's right there. He looks low, and whoa, we see Fry Hubbard slow down tremendously. See Cody Pennell able to fly right by. Uh-oh, looks like William Griffith is about to lose another position. David Locke Jr. fighting for that 4th spot. He got side by side to William Griffith. William, though, able to get back clear of Locke Jr., but that 82 is sticking right with Griffith. He's looking low. Able to get to the rear quarter panel. Oh, we see Griffith tag the wall a little bit. That's going to give David Locke Jr. a good run, and he gets clear of Griffith, but oh no, he gets a little bit loose. We see Griffith stay right on Locke Jr.'s back bumper. A caution flag comes out, which I'm not sure what happened. Oh no. Your leader, Jason Warren, looks like has gotten into an incident. take a look at what happened. I mean, he was in the lead. He was running fast. There he goes into turn 1. It just gets loose. This time it wasn't in 4, it was on exit of 2. And you see him slams on the brakes, slides to the bottom of the track. Man, that is a shame there for Jason Warren. I mean, he was leading. We see Jason Warren, Aaron Ward, William Griffith, Kieran and Church all head in either to get some damage fixed or to top off on fuel. And with Jason Warren spinning, that's going to give Cody Pennell the lead for, I believe, the first time of the race. Yep, re-rack them and restack them. This field is, we've seen drivers move up and down. This has been a roller coaster of a race for so many drivers. Luckily, everybody has stayed on the lead lap this entire time. Lights on the pace car have gone off. About to go back green this time by Cody Pennell on the bottom. Fry Hubbard on the top. There goes the pace car pulling in. And a green flag is back out here at Bristol Motor Speedway. We see Cody Pennell with the good run. Here comes David Lack Jr. coming on the bottom, trying to get by Fry Hubbard, but Hubbard with the good run, he gets back clear. See Martinson, he started on the pole, and then he fell to the back of the pack. He's trying to make a pass for third here. Looks low under David Lack Jr. Can't get under him. See Fry Hubbard looking to try to take the lead from Cody Pennell. He's right there. He's looking low every single time in the corner just to see if he can get a good run, good momentum to get under that 9 of Cody Pennell. We see Martinson starting to track down David Lack Jr. once again for third. Martinson almost hit the wall there in the turns. Woo! A little bit loose there. David Lack Jr. about hit the wall. I think that's going to give Martinson some good momentum. He looks high, right on the back bumper. He could have tapped that back bumper if he wanted to right there. He's going to look low in turns 1 and 2. Right on the rear quarter panel of the 82 of Lack Jr. Taking it to the low side. I mean, woo. David Lack Jr. doing a very good job of holding off Kyle Martinson. Martinson is just trying to figure out, what am I going to do to get by him? He's going to try to dive it low once again. Ooh, the two almost touch right there. Martinson able to squeak by and take that third spot. David Locke Jr., though, sticking right with him. Not letting them get too far ahead for third. Field starting to get spread out as we've had a pretty long green flag run here. Shane Bedford looking low under Sam Wetstein for 7th. Wetstein able to keep it clear of Bedford. And now here comes Garrett Kinder getting a good run on the outside. Bedford slowing down a little bit. Now Garrett Kinder's got to try to get up there to Wetstein. Chasing him right on the back bumper. He's really starting to reel him in.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
Oh no, caution comes out. Take a look at the wreckage replay, see what happened. Let's watch Aaron Ward right here. Looking low, trying to get by the 10 of Shannon Wilder. Once again, just gets squirrely off of turn 2 and slides right up into William Griffith. Ouch! Both of them hit the wall. We'll have to send out the virtual safety team to make sure neither of them are concussed. Man. Good thing this is virtual, or I would be extremely worried that either of them would be injured. That was a hard hit. Both of them have bad damage. We see Brandon Wallace, William Griffith, all exiting pit road as we get some damage fixed. Or we see some drivers going in and topping off on fuel as well. Also, we have officially hit 25 laps to go. So we're getting into the nitty-gritty of this race. Last 25 laps are when races are won and lost. If you do something at like lap number 25, I mean, you still have a chance to make your way up. I mean, Cody Pennell got in an incident early on in the race, fell to the back, and was able to make his way back up to the lead. So now mistakes are going to cost a little bit more in these final 25 laps, as you'll have less time to make your way up to the field. Uh-oh, William Griffith better look out. Looks like we're about to go back green here. Cody Pennell on the bottom, Fry Hubbard on the top. Coming to almost 20 laps to go. Waiting for that pace car to pull in. Oh, we see David Locke Jr. give Fry Hubbard a little bit of a bump. Pace car pulls in, and there goes Cody Pennell taking off. Green flag is back out. Kyle Martinson with the awesome restart. Here he comes on the bottom. They're side by side. Martinson able to get clear. That 07 looking extremely fast. He's going to be setting his sights on the leader, Cody Pennell, now. Kyle Martinson started the race on the pole. Saw him getting a little incident, fell to the back of the pack, and he slowly made his way up to the field. And now, with 20 laps to go this time by, he's going to try to take the lead back. But Fry Hubbard is still right there for second. He's looking to the low side, trying to take second back. He's getting to about the rear quarter panel. Martinson also getting up there to Pennell. You gotta be patient, and you still gotta move quickly. That's the challenge for Martinson right now, to try to get by your leader, Cody Pennell. Fry Hubbard's also there as well. We see David Locke Jr. tag the wall. Fry Hubbard looking low, trying to get to the rear quarter panel of that 07. He keeps looking to the low side, and oh no! Kyle Martinson tags the wall. We see Fry Hubbard taking advantage of that, looking low under Martinson. He got about to his rear quarter panel, but Martinson able to, wait a minute. Still Fry Hubbard getting a good run on the bottom. Less than 15 laps to go now for Fry Hubbard to try to get by Martinson for second. Looks like that 14, Fry Hubbard just waiting for Martinson to make a mistake like he did earlier when he tagged the wall. See, Kyle Martinson actually starting to get up there to Cody Pennell. Martinson's looking to try to start the race on the pole and finish the race in first. That 07 has both the top two. Cody Pennell and Kyle Martinson both have had a roller coaster of a race. Martinson is right there with less than 10 to go. He's looking to the outside, trying to see if that's where he's going to try to make the pass on Cody Pennell. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. We see a car turned on the backstretch. I'm pretty sure the caution will not come out for that. So we continue on racing with this battle for the lead. Run it against the wall is the 07. Martinson is right there. Ooh! He tapped that back bumper of Cody Pennell, letting him know, hey, I'm here. That 07 is looking fast. He gets a great run on the outside and takes the lead. Oh no, Cody Pennell is slowing down, and something's going on with that 9 machine. I'm not sure what happened.
All right, man,
But Martinson is able to take the lead, and caution flag comes out. Uh-oh. See, Jason Warren's roller coaster night continues. We see with Pennell falling off, he was up there to third, looks like. Oh, and then David Locke Jr. tags the wall. And I think maybe Jason Warren was like trying to avoid it and just got a little bit squirrely. We see Josh the Jet Oswald get into the 32 of Warren. And he just slams on the brakes. Now, I'm not sure what happened to Cody Pennell. He's just sitting in the pits, even though he was still in second place when he got passed. I mean, I'm really not sure. But Kyle Martinson is in the lead for the first time in a while. I think we're going to have a green-white checkered here, where we'll see Martinson try his best to hold off the rest of the leaders. So we continue to pace here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Here we go. Lights on the pace car. They have gone off, so we're about to go back green here. You got Kyle Martinson on the bottom, David Locke Jr. on the top. I know David Locke Jr. said he will be racing tonight until 10 and then he has to go to work, but it's past 10 and he's still out there. I think it's the fact that he has a chance to win this thing. There we go. Kyle Martinson with the good restart. 2 laps to go. Here's the green and the green-white checkered. Josh Oswald diving it down into turn 1 and able to get by David Locke Jr. And then here comes Garrett Kinder following behind.
Caution is out.
And oh no, we saw a wreck on the restart. Shane Bedford. Let's take a look at what happened. Now we see Aaron Ward, William Griffith, and another car 3 wide in front of them. That's Fry Hubbard. Shane Bedford wasn't about the back of the pack. We see Aaron Ward slow down. Shane Bedford passes on the outside. And just gets loose. Off of 2. See him slam on the brakes and slide to the bottom of the track to get out of the way of the other drivers. And ooh, tags the inside safer barrier. But luckily this was in the back of the pack, so nobody else was involved. Yeah, I agree. I mean, we've seen so many cars get loose here. This is a driver's track. Whoever wins has shown that they are a good driver, because you really have to wheel it here at Bristol if you want to succeed. So now your top three, Kyle Martinson, Josh Oswald, and Garrett Kinder. It's like Kieran Church is officially manually disconnected. He's been he's had a lot of bad luck throughout this race. So he finally, I think he used up his fast repair and then got in another wreck, so he just had to leave. That is a shame for Kieran. So we can continue to stay green. Alright, that's something we can do. On this next restart, we're going to go ahead and watch from Martinson's perspective with how fast he's going and what gear he's in as well. Yeah, Kinder's right there in third place. He's got a chance to win this. He's going to be restarting on the bottom right here. Lights on the pace car have gone off. Waiting to see if Martinson, there you go, he shifts down to second. That's where you got to start in these super late models. Right now, keeping it around 30 miles per hour. All right, here we go. He actually shifts the first gear and starts going green. Already to third, and he hasn't even crossed the line. He builds up a lot of momentum there by doing that, but here comes Josh Oswald on the outside. The two make contact into the wall. Garrett Kinder is collected. We see a humongous pileup. Pretty much the entire field was caught up in it. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. Caution flag is out. Goodness. We saw a lot of good cars get involved in that one. Oh, my gosh. That was something. And this was like a little bit after the restart. Here comes Josh Oswald. He was chasing Kyle Martinson. Coming on the outside here. As we go off of turn 2. I see what happened here. So I believe the 07 of Martinson thought he was clear, so he moved up to run against the wall, and he just went right up into Josh Oswald. Spotter might have said he was clear, but he wasn't. See Garrett Kinder get a little bit of damage. We even see Josh Oswald get airborne. We see some cars able to get avoid. Martinson into the wall. Some cars go low to avoid. And now Martinson, he is into the pits. So now, despite getting involved in that last incident, Garrett Kinder is currently in the lead, despite having some damage. Also, Josh Oswald, who was also in that incident, is in second. We see Chud Bassett, he was able to get by on the bottom. He's in third. And Jason Warren has came back after getting involved in a wreck, and he was able to avoid this one and get to fourth. And then we see William Griffith also able to avoid this wreck. Matt Gase has some rough luck. Come on, Garrett Kinder. All Garrett Kinder has to do is hold off all 9 of the other drivers on the lead lap, and he will be crowned your winner here at Bristol Motor Speedway. But that's a tough task. We know there are a lot of fast cars in this field tonight behind Kinder that he's going to have to hold off. Lights on the pace car. They have gone off, so we're about to go back green here. I believe this is the final attempt at a green-white checkered, unless they have unlimited attempts. But I believe this is the final. Most leagues have 3 green-white checkered attempts. All right. Garrett Kinder on the bottom. Josh Oswald on the top. Pace car pulls in. And green flag is back out. We see Garrett Kinder take off as we cross the line. Josh Oswald falls in line in second. Good restart for Jason Warren. He's able to get to third. Here comes Josh Oswald closing in on Garrett Kinder fast. He's right on that 76's back bumper. But here comes Jason Warren. Final lap. We see Josh Oswald get a little bit loose. He's looking low. Jason Warren coming on the outside. He's able to get by Josh Oswald, and now can he get to Garrett Kinder, or can Garrett Kinder hold him off? Jason Warren right there. Oh! 0.08 of a second separated Garrett Kinder and Jason Warren, but Garrett Kinder able to stayed out after getting involved in that last wreck, didn't come in to get damage fixed, and that ended up being the reason why he won. Your winner, Garrett Kinder, here at Bristol. And he's getting ready to burn it down. Look at that. Looks like he just drew a perfect circle. Look at that. And then the demolition derby begins. It's tradition. Oh my gosh. Yep. Woo. Awesome run though. But they always do this after each race where it's a, what in the world? See Jason Warren flipping. This is madness. I bet all of the car owners are extremely unhappy that they're tearing up the equipment. It's going to be a party in the pits after this one, folks, but we're getting set for the driver interviews. So let's go ahead and start off by pulling in Josh Oswald. Hey, Josh, this is Atlee's broadcast booth. You have a copy?
Yes, sir. Gotcha. How you doing tonight, bud?
Doing pretty good, and looks like you were doing pretty good out there yourself. We saw you mid-pack for most of the race, and with a few laps left and during these green-white checkered attempts, you were up there in the top 3, and then during green-white checkered attempt number 2, we saw you and the 07 of Martinson make some contact, but you stayed out, didn't go into the pits to get some damage fixed, and that ended up being good for you because you were able to, you restarted in second, ended up losing the spot to Jason Warren, but still ended up finishing the top 3. I mean, in your opinion, what was your take on this race here at Bristol Motor Speedway?
Just survival, and I have to apologize to Kyle Martinson. I mean, I checked up just a little too late. I mean, I thought maybe he would be staying down, but he come up and I didn't react fast enough, and it ended up ruining his race. So I apologize for that, but it's just survival tonight.
Now, did you enjoy the racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway? I mean, did you like the setup? What did you feel about the track tonight?
I always love racing at Bristol. I mean, the setup for me was a little tighter than I'd like it to be, and then on that final green-white checkered out of nowhere, it just got really, really loose when I tried to pass Kinder for the lead. Hats off to him getting a late model win. It's tough. Stoked for him to get that. First time he's come back to race with us in the late models for a while, but I feel like if I could have had a little more drive off the corner earlier on in the race, I would have been able to have a little bit, better finish or a little bit more at the end. But all in all, I'll take third.
Awesome. Well, isn't there any family members, shout out, sponsors you want to thank before I let you go?
Absolutely. I'd like to thank you for doing our broadcast. Everybody loves it. You do a great job. Big Frig Coolers, all the admins at Thunderstruck that help me run everything. Magic Mike Motorsports, Hitman Motorsports, and Mesa Motorsports for sponsoring our series. And friends and family that watch at home and cheer me on every week. I appreciate it.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on third place. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you. You too, bud.
All right, now let's go ahead and pull in your second place finisher, Jason Warren. Hey, Jason, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Not bad.
Going pretty good, and looks like it was going good for you out there yourself. I mean, if there was one word that I'd describe, man, your race, it was a roller coaster. Started off outside pole, couldn't quite get up there to Mertensen, and then you were able to inherit the lead when we saw the 07 fall to the back during that incident, and then we saw you get loose, fall to the back, and you made your way back up to the field, and you were there in the end. And on the last lap, we saw you were able to fly right by Josh Oswald. I know Josh was complaining about a loose car, so you were able to take advantage of that and get by him for second, but you couldn't quite get up there to Kinder. 800 separated y'all two. I mean, just give us a little rundown. What was your take on this race here at Bristol?
The car was super fast at the beginning of the race. I don't know what happened, but it around lap 50 to 70-ish, it just got snapping loose. It was a real pain to drive. Of course, I self-spun because of it. Came in the pits, tightened it up. Then it's still a little loose, and then I don't know if it's because of we started getting quite a few cautions in there, and the tires cooled down quite a bit, and the car really came in there at the end. I think I made up like 10 spots in like 8 laps. Now I was at that point, I was more than happy just to podium or get a top 5. And then we got by Bassett there, and then Oswald got loose, and then Kinder was right there. I was going to try to take him on the outside. I got a hell of a run, but just 1 lap short. Props to Kinder. He drove a mistake-free race, drove a hell of a race. From what I understand, excuse me, he didn't spin, do anything stupid, unlike a lot of us out there tonight. So he deserved to win the race. He was the better man, and good for him. That was a good win for him.
Now, I know there is no tire changing in this league. How did you deal with that throughout this race here at Bristol?
Everybody was smoking their right front off, from what I understand, but my right rear was hurting. I was the complete opposite. The car was just wrecking loose, so we got a few clicks in there on the spring perch, or whatever it's called. I done had a brain fart, but the car really came there at the end. We just one green, white, checkered short, but it was a real fun race at the end. Very frustrating the first 100 laps battling the car, but that's racing. Got to adjust and do what you can with what you got.
Yep, got to roll with the punches, but that's exactly what you did. So, I mean, is there a family member, shout out, sponsors you want to thank before I let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank 09 Race Shop. I'd like to thank Kent Hunley. He made this setup for officials this week. It's really, really fast. It was probably just the way I was driving it. I think I was overdriving it way too hard, burned my right rear up. He did a wonderful job. I thank my wonderful fiance for allowing me to do what I love without complaining that much. I'd like to thank Kinder. He normally runs another league on Thursdays. I hope he comes over here and runs more often. He's a really talented driver. He's got a lot of speed. Thank Oswald and Aaron Ward for helping run the league. Thank Michael Swink for being my therapist. Magic Mike, Irabay, always in my corner no matter what, cheering me on. Thank you for you do a wonderful job on these broadcasts, so we all really appreciate that. And thank Big Frig Coolers. They're freaking awesome. That's about it.
Got it. Well, congratulations on the runner-up finish. Have a great rest of your night.
You too. Thanks, bud.
And we have the man of the hour, Garrett Kinder, in the booth right now. Garrett, you got a copy?
Go ahead, bud.
Man, that was an awesome race for you. You were up there in the top 5 for most of the race. And, I mean, the main thing that ended up getting you up front was some hard racing and taking advantage of some other drivers' mistakes. You were able to you got a little bit of damage on that final wreck on the second green-white checker, but you stayed out front, and good thing you didn't go in to fix that damage, because since you stayed out, you were able to get a good restart and keep the lead, and you were able to hold off Jason Warren there at the end. I mean, what was your take on this race here at Bristol?
I don't run this series very often with them. When I get a chance, I'll hop over and run with them. So first and foremost, thanks to this series for letting me hop in and race whenever I get the opportunity. It's a blast. I don't run these cars very often, but man, they sure are fun. The setup, man, it was loose starting out and stayed loose. So I made some adjustments during that warm up session that really ended up going completely the wrong way and tightened the car up way too much. After about the first 17 laps, I was pushing like a dump truck. A couple cautions came out. I took advantage of one of them, came in, made some adjustments, and loosened the car up just a touch. I didn't really lose much speed overall. I seemed like I ran fairly consistent, top 6, top 5, somewhere around there, and that's kind of where I was hanging out. Lady Luck smiled on me a little bit and ended up going away with a win. So can't complain about it any at all. I feel bad for those other guys that, they got tied up in some junk. Some of it they're doing, some of it somebody else is doing. But a lot of fast cars out here tonight, so I'm very fortunate to walk away with a win.
All right, I'm going to ask the typical winner question. What do you think sets you apart from the rest of the field? Was it your line, your setup, your mentality? What do you think it was?
Man, I couldn't tell you. I think it was just a lot of luck tonight. I tried to keep the car as clean as possible. I didn't make contact with people. I smoked the outside wall a couple times, but nothing too major, mostly just 0x impacts. So nothing too drastic on it. I think biggest thing that set me apart was just running clean. Didn't make many mistakes, and the ones I did make were pretty minuscule. I think that's what kind of sealed the deal for me right there.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes clean racing, that'll help you do good. So again, is there any family members, shout out sponsors you want to thank before I let you go?
Absolutely. Typically, I run Kinder Farm and Ranch on the hood. It's been so long since I've run these cars, I didn't know what paint scheme I had on it. So they're typically on the hood. Had a Reaper race across the hood tonight. But I give a big shout out to Kinder Farm and Ranch for sponsoring me and being an awesome family group. Mom, Dad, watching back home, Cody, Ashley, kids, Kane and Colby, Sherry. Thank you for watching. Give a shout out to Jason and Josh Oswald. I wouldn't be near the short track racer I am if I wasn't for those two coaching me up and keeping my head up and basically just saying, hey, you can do this kind of stuff. So big shout out to them. Thank everybody over here at Thunderstruck Super Series, Oswald, Mesa, anybody, that has anything to do with running this series. I want to thank y'all over at Intensity Broadcasting, Atman. I've watched a couple of your broadcasts you've done, and it's always phenomenal. So thank you as well.
We definitely love announcing this series, and we had fun watching you put on a good show tonight. So congratulations on the win. Have a great rest of your night.
I appreciate it, brother.
Well, that'll do it here for the broadcast at Virtual Bristol Motor Speedway. One more time, round of applause for Garrett Kinder on getting the win. From the start, he gained 3 positions, started in 5th, and actually, no, he started in 4th, excuse me. So, still pretty good, able to gain 3 positions, and I thank everyone for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. As always, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on all 3 platforms, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, and it would be greatly appreciated. We're currently going to 2,000 followers on Facebook. Our goal on YouTube is 1,000. Our goal on Twitch is 1,000. So if you're watching us on one of the platforms, go check us out on the other 2. Got Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We're always interacting with our followers on there, and we can like discussing video games, racing, anything that you want to talk about. Put up polls. I mean, it's just the overall good time to have fun on the Twitter. So Intensity Broad 1, a different name than all of our other channels. So got Twitter. And then if you enjoy racing or iRacing and you have Roku TV or you have Fire TV, then you need to get the eRacing TV app 7 nights a week. There's iRacing action on there for you to enjoy. Different leagues, different broadcasting companies, including Intensity Broadcasting is actually on there on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Intensity broadcasts are on there. So check us out on eRacing TV. I know this broadcast was not on there, but I believe if there's a broadcast tomorrow night, it will be on there. So if you want to get us on your Roku or Fire TV by tomorrow night, then download that eRacing TV app. I'm Atlee Atman-Weasel on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next time. Over and out.